a very prophetic word. God hiding in hysteria was a very prophetic word. But specifically that spoke to me was burdened by disbelief. That really challenged my mental in understanding that, as much as we may carry the word, engulf the word and everything else, that we still have moments of struggle where we question God and we don't always understand his plan and his process. And doubt has really never been an issue for me in trusting God. But it has been a struggle of trying to maintain stability when it comes to understanding that what I go through on a day-to-day basis is not because God is punishing me or because we feel like we have setbacks. Well, let me make this specific for me, because I may feel like that I have a setback emotionally, or, having days where you feel like you don't want to push on. You feel like you're going through cycles. You feel like you're dealing with depression. And to be able to know that I have the ability to replay a word to remind me that God is still before me, and therefore who can be against me. But most of all, to also understand that this is not the time to be discouraged. This is not the time to go back into cycles of being contrary.
It's not the time for you to dwell. It's not the time for you to start doubting. If God actually established that thing in you, there's a word for you, my dears. He that begun a good work. Some of your doors are going to close because God wasn't ever in it. Oh my God. But to everybody that was about a good work, it don't matter if you get a stimulus check or not, God will hold it all together. He that begun a good work in you shall perform it until the day is done. Tell your neighbor, if God is in you, you gonna survive.
And so I'm encouraged, I am influenced, and most of all, it's challenged me to be intentional. It's challenging me to be intentional about my worship. It's intentional regarding me feeding myself more with the word during this time than ever before. It is also very imperative for me that as I'm standing on the front line and to, provide grief counseling and providing services to people during this time, this pandemic of people losing their loved ones, that I myself don't lose my own sanity in the midst of all of this. Oh, it definitely has tried a few times during this pandemic where I'm like, God, at any time it could be me. But by his grace and his mercy, he's been keeping us. So I'm encouraged by the word. I'm encouraged by the fact that deliverance is not as distant as it may appear to be. Even in here in the DMV, I'm so very encouraged. I'm so very uplifted spiritually. I thank God for integral leadership, for an integral ministry. I am fully persuaded to follow Christ all the way. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to share my testimony. And most of all, and most importantly, Jesus is still the Lord, and the devil is still defeated, and we still have the victory. So I love you all, family. God bless you.